All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We are awake and we are alive. It's Monday, the 31st of October, 7 a.m. And we're going to do a quick review on Owning the Gardyn because I just stumbled across the receipt and I've owned the Gardyn since August of 2021. If you followed my previous videos before, you'd understand how we got here today. If you also notice, we have tried to plant marijuana in our grow room. We were experimenting it. If you followed before, you'll understand how and when our marijuana plants started to die. So let's go right into the marijuana process. Since I got to grow room, we've planted different types of vegetation, different lettuce, tomatoes. But then we started to experiment. We got the strawberries. What we're looking at right now are our strawberries. And then we started to plant the marijuana seeds from germination straight up to plant. This is the final marijuana plant that we have left. This plant was germinated from seed. This plant is clearly dead at this moment. Why is it dead? It died just like all the other plants. Let's check the root system out. And this is the reason it is dead. Once more again, let's be reminded. Let me get that correct. Let's be reminded that this was an experiment we were doing to see if we could have grown our marijuana inside of the Gardyn system, and we've come to the conclusion that we cannot fully grow marijuana from the grow room because of the root system. And it was obvious, because if you follow my other videos, you'll see in the grow room, you would understand how big the roots actually get. And this is no comparison. This has done a great job with compacting within the pod. Over the period, I've continued to trim the roots, which assisted in the process of growing. However, once it gets to a point where the roots need to be more or have more room to breathe and grow, I start to trim. The last time that I interfered with the roots, it provided this dying because there's just not enough space for the roots. Did a great job in growing though, we can't lie about that. Every plant died because I interfered with the roots. Because I had to continue to cut the roots. We're gonna put that in a bucket right there. And that's the end. In terms of growing marijuana with the Gardyn system, I do not intend to grow any marijuana in the Gardyn system from seed. And when you see the growable plant, we're gonna do some transplant that we did before. which definitely worked. We're going to go through that process again. Right now, the only plants that I have growing right now would be strawberries. The strawberry plant started to die before because of my neglect, and if you followed my other videos, you would have known this one strawberry plant here provided all of the others. They continue to sprout to little offsprings. I don't know what you call them. Little plants, and I continue to just replant them. And it provided this. So we're going to keep the garden system growing. We're only going to grow strawberries for now. I think it's going to work out great. This was one of our plants that we intended because I like the vegetation look of the strawberry. It works great for aesthetics. Now, bugs. Let's talk about bugs. Let's talk about insects. Since I've owned the garden over a year, no bugs. I've never had an insect problem. I've never had a bug problem. I've never had a fungus problem. And you would know this also because I posted on a regular about my garden system, and you would have noticed I've never complained about bugs, about mold in regards to my plants. And I live in New York City. I live in a small apartment. Beautiful New York City. It's no place like New York. Just wanted to put that in there. No bugs. 0 bugs. Never had a bug issue. Never had a mold issue. Let's speak about app-wise. In terms of the app, I've had my fair share of trying to connect the garden with the app. Like every app machine that I have, it has its flaws, but once it's connected, it stays connected for a while. And I do that basically by holding that button for about 5 seconds, I believe. It starts to flashes, and then you can use the app to connect. So my app issues since I've had the Grobo is any app issue you've ever had with an app, you're gonna have it with this in terms of connectivity. Durability. I have noticed, and I have shown in different videos, that my Grobo have cracks, and it started to deteriorate. Nothing significant to impact the machine, but let's speak about maintenance. Since I've owned the Grobo, I know the instruction indicates to unscrew each link and have them cleaned every, 6 months. I'm not that person, and I'm not doing that. At no point of time am I disassembling this machine to put it back together. It's up, it stays up. Since I've purchased it, I've never, ever given myself extra work to do. My maintenance process is pretty simple. I remove every plant, and I have a spray canister of some bleach and some water, and a rag sometimes I put inside just to wipe it down, and I have a little brush, and I would take my rag or my little handy brush, and I would just brush inside very lightly, place the pump on, and start the water to flow. That's worked pretty well in maintenance. In the outside, I would just take a rag and wipe the outside with some bleach water also, because the brown that you're seeing is just the residue built up from the nutrients. But that being said, maintenance wise, I think it's pretty simple for me, and I would also remove the unit by myself, the base, and I find that pretty easy to do. I find it very simple to just unlatch the ends If it's tight, then just remove it, place it on the ground, and I would change the water process and add the nutrients that's provided with the grow ball, which once more again is a very simple process. So maintenance wise, I found that to be not difficult for me to do because I'm only doing it once a month. In terms of adding water to the garden system, I have noticed you will add water depending on what you grow. For example, I'm growing strawberries, so maybe in another 2 weeks I'll need to add more water to this unit. If I was growing all the vegetations like we did before in our previous videos, I would have to maintain it, at least put water maybe once a week sometimes, depending on the growth process of where we are in the system. This little fellow here that I continue to forget exists. This little fellow here has been stunted. This is a seed that just stopped right here. I did provide some, but that's not like that one seed went straight to the end. So maintenance wise, very simple to do. If you're a guy like me that don't want to do extra work and worry about maintenance, no, you do not have to pull the entire machine apart. No, extra work. The garden system has been working pretty well for me. I actually do enjoy owning it. We are going to continue to grow our strawberries only. We'll continue not growing marijuana because we clearly notice it doesn't work. Just going to put that right back inside of the bucket. And we'll fill every pod with strawberry leaves. And we'll soon end the process of that marijuana plant that we have. But this is our garden. This is owning the garden for over a year. Way over a year. And if you are trying to own a garden and you don't want to do extra work, I feel like you'll get the satisfaction of having a beautiful piece in your home, depending how you want or what you want to grow in it. I feel your maintenance process will depend mainly on how particular you are and how much free time you have in your hand. I only maintain this this garden every 30 days. Every time I change the water, I spend about maybe 15 to half of an hour in the cleaning process of maintenance of the garden system. So I don't find that to take up too much of my time, because no. This is my little spray bottle that I do add vinegar and water sometimes inside of it. And I just try to give it some outside and the inside. This is our garden update. Thank you for following. Thank you for watching. I hope you're interested in seeing how our strawberries is going to flourish and take over the unit. I am excited to see that. We out.